I just wanted to jump back on really quick, just in case you missed the earlier segment that we did. We kind of jumped on and really was talking about winning from within. I know life is throwing a lot at us right now. I know people are skeptical on what they're doing in life and how things are going to work out in their life. But I think at some point that life is what it's supposed to be. And let me throw this in at you too. You're where you're supposed to be in life. You may not think you're where you're supposed to be, but remember where you were 2 or 3 years ago. Look where you were 5 years ago, and look where you are now. And you have to count that as a victory. You have to count that as a win, because sometimes you could have been dead and gone. You could have been locked up. You could have been in institutionalized. You could have been anywhere but where you are right now. So in any segment that you look at, you want to win. And so, what we were talking about in this last segment was winning from within. And we want you to win from within because you have to learn how to surrender. You have to learn how to not repeat some of the same cycles that you have been going through. Repeating some of those cycles means you have to change your mindset, you have to change your thoughts, how you think, what you see, what you watch, who you go around. And let me give you this that I didn't even say in the first segment. Stop telling everybody what you're trying to do. Everybody ain't a supporter. Some people are more like leeches. They want to, oh, let me leech on to this and let me do this. You got to remember, everybody don't want to see you succeed. Some people don't want to see you get to where you're trying to go in life. Some people don't want to see you there. Yeah, they're in your corner cheering you on from the beginning, but then they quietly and silently hating you because guess what? They ain't doing nothing with their lives. They haven't achieved anything with their lives. And so somewhere quietly they're hating. I hope this don't work out. Some of you wondering why you see why friends, you find out who your real friends are, just lose your job. Let your circumstances change, and then when you call them for certain things, oh girl, I wish I could. And you know they can. But you have to realize that in your life, you are your own, sometimes are our own worst enemy, and then the people that you hang around. Be careful that everybody ain't hating on you. They just don't want to see you succeed. I know you may say, well, they're still hating. Not really, low key. I just don't want to see you do better than me. You what they say, misery loves company. So you have to understand that everybody, you around the way from the block and things like that. You wondering why you haven't got, hey, what's up? How y'all doing? Good God, okay. Um, and seeing what's going on in your life, because see, in life, excuse me, in life sometimes don't play fair. I know that. Come on, man, look. Let me tell you something. I don't even share this live or do any of that. But I went through a period where I had to grieve and I had to go through some things because in my own world, I thought I didn't know what to do. It took me a while to get through the grieving process. Now, am I telling you that any way means that I'm over or done with it? No, every day I win because I'm learning how to deal with it. I'm learning how to deal with certain things in our lives because if you don't deal with it, it'll consume you. It'll take you over your thought process. Going through what you went through, it was a tumultuous thing that you went through. But surround yourself with people that you know what, they got my back. They're with me. And can I get okay, y'all gonna make me do that. I ain't got much time. But look, a lot of times we have to learn to realize who we can and cannot trust. What they say, trust is earned, not given. You gotta earn trust. Because people, what they say, pale lips will say anything. Learn how to trust people, but take people, learn they have to earn your trust. And when they're earning your trust, now it may be a small thing to you, but it's a big thing. It's a big thing for you too, as well, because then you know you can trust them. Because see, when you start sharing the most intimate side of you to people, that means you trust them. You deem them important. Everybody ain't important in my life, so everybody don't get to see certain sides of me. They'll see a side that I want them to see. Hey, how you doing? One more time, subscribe, like to the channel. I really appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much. Because see, here's the thing. In life, we we believe that where we are is so terrible. Okay, let me not say it that way. Sometimes people don't realize where they are is better than where they were. Where you were? Come on now. You didn't even have half the support. Let me tell you what I've learned by going through some of these things I went through. Let me tell you one thing that I've learned, and I'm not going to be on it long. One thing that I've learned is that I've learned how to trust me again. I've learned how to listen to me. See, sometimes I was listening to other people's opinions of me, but that wasn't who I am. Because here's the thing: there's three people living inside of you that you don't even know. Yeah, there's the person who you are, the person who you believe you are, and then the person who you know you are. That's facts. When you meet somebody, you send your representative to meet, and then you feeling them out because your representative is talking for you, but the real you ain't never stood up. When the real you stands up, then that they say, "Oh, I like this person." It's because you are who you are. But understand, in being who you are in life, that means being your real, authentic self. And everybody can't handle your real, authentic self. Hey, what's up? How you doing? Because see who you are in life. Can I say this? I ain't trying to mess nobody up. Who you are right now is who you really want to be. Sometimes we want to be ourselves, but everybody can't handle you being yourself. Because what that looked like to them, it may not look like what it looks like to you, may not look like to them. And you can't feed everybody's ego. Everybody, you don't allow people to guilt trip you into doing things. You just be you. The one thing I love about I'm not a pet owner. One thing I love about pets that I see and I hear from pet owners is this. You can go out that door 50 times. That dog gonna treat you the very same way the way you when you first came in to the last time it saw you. It's like it's seeing you for the first time all over again. For real. You can go outside, come back, leave, and go somewhere else. That dog gonna treat you the same way because guess what? It the authentic them or the authenticness of their who they are is they just happy to see you. Sometimes, can I ask you this question? It's gonna hurt. Are you happy to see yourself when you look in the mirror? Are you happy to see yourself and what you have been through and what you've came out of? See, some people can't see the scars because some scars are internally. You scarred. The only way you know is a scar that it leaves a mark. And sometimes life have left a mark on you, and situations and relationships have left a mark on you, and now you don't know how to respond because you still when it touches, it's still sore because you haven't dealt with it. The one thing that when I was going through my grievance part is that I had to deal with it head on, or I knew it was going to deal with me. And sometimes silently, I'm crying every day. Silently, I'm dealing with other things, but life was still coming at me. Let me tell you one thing that didn't change. The bills didn't stop coming. You know how people say, if you ever need anything, call me. Mhm. Most people, when you call them, they won't answer. Oh, I didn't see you call. The phone and went to voicemail. And so I look at it like this: I'm done. When you're going to win for real, you're going to win because you dealt with the scars and the tissues and the wounds from the inside out. You ever notice when people say you break my heart or they broke my heart? Stop trusting it with people that don't value who you are from the beginning. I know I said I'm done, but man, it's so much in my head that I process. See, sometimes we're dealing with people that can't handle us because when they handling us, that this is how I would end this part right here. You ever know when you get a FedEx or a UPS or Amazon package, it's wrapped in something. It's either in a box or it's either in a package or it's wrapped in something. But what you don't see is that box may be wrapped with on the inside with little white fuzzy things that help to secure the package on the inside. Those plastic little bubbles that's in an envelope, they secure whatever's on the inside. Let me give you this. What are you wrapped in? Because sometimes people are damaging you, and then you're not able to move forward because you never dealt with the damages that they did to you. Somebody's been dropped as a child, somebody's been dropped as an adult, somebody's been dropped in their teenage years, and now that when they're in their adult years, they don't know how to handle it because guess what? They didn't deal with it internally. And internally, you have to deal with you. You make you happy. Nobody else can make you happy. No man, no person, no woman, no how much. I don't care how much money you make. I don't care what where you live in life, what your status is. If you're not, there are some rich people that are unhappy because guess what? They know people only like them for their money. Can you like me for me? That's all I got. I told you I wasn't gonna be on here long. Man, thank y'all so much for jumping back on. I appreciate it. Look, like, subscribe, and share. Definitely chopping it up some more. Look forward to seeing you again. Peace.